Welcome into the Becoming Challenge. I'm Katie Hornor, your host, and so excited to have you with us here today. We have 2 more weeks. This is week number 11 in this 12-week challenge. We have 2 more weeks to go. Do not lose heart. Do not lose steam. Do not fall behind. Keep going towards those goals. Your 90-day God possible goal is not impossible. God can still do it. I was thinking about this when I was thinking about working on a garden. We're putting together a kitchen garden at our home here in Mexico. And we started some seeds in some little tiny pots and some egg crates and things, getting ready to have them grow. So then we can move those seeds into the garden beds when they're finished and be ready to grow those plants. And I was thinking about how much can happen in 2 weeks. You have a little tiny seed that's like, it looks like it's smaller than a peppercorn. And in 2 weeks, that thing grows times 100. It breaks through the shell and it breaks up through the dirt and it becomes this plant that is 100 times bigger than the little tiny seed that we started with. And so whenever you doubt what can happen in 2 weeks time, I want you to think about that seed and know that God can work miracles even in your life. But you have to take action. Somebody has to take action for things to grow. Someone has to plant it, someone has to water it, someone has to protect it from the birds and the predator. There has to be actions taken if you're going to see and benefit from growth. And that's what I want you to take away from this. I want you to finish this strong. And I have been also going back over my goals for this quarter and looking at what did I commit to doing and where am I on this trajectory towards this 12-week experience. And that's what we want to be looking at this week. Not looking at it from a where am I failing, but where is God changing directions? What has He done? How can I leverage that yet in these last 2 weeks to be able to reach that goal? And so I want you to be thinking about what have you learned in these 90 days so far? What has changed about you? What has changed about your standards? What has changed about your beliefs? What has changed about your relationships? What has changed in terms of the things that you are willing to do and not do in your life? What have you had to let go of? What have you made space for? How have you grown? What are the things that you have learned? How has God changed you in this 90 days that you committed to massive change? And then I want you to think about what you are absolutely committed to achieving in the final 2 week stretch of this challenge. We have 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks left until the end of this month, until the end of this 90 days, this 12-week challenge. What are you absolutely committing to get done in this time frame? And go back and look and what did you commit to? And I'll just update you on some of mine. We committed at the beginning to build out a self-liquidating funnel for our membership. And so if you have been on social media, you may have seen some of our ads for Business with God membership going out. We committed to 90 days of reels on Instagram. That's not to say we've done one every day, but we have been faithful in putting them out regularly on Instagram and continuing to do so and taking classes to improve our skills in doing that. Our goal was to increase our membership, and we have brought in new members this month in the Business with God membership. We set a goal to host a retreat for Christian entrepreneurs, and we did that. We had an amazing time with 5 couples in North Carolina and got some amazing reviews and tested a new curriculum with that group and just amazed at what God is doing still through the work that those couples did that weekend. I had a personal goal. I'm reading 6 books every month. And so met that, exceeded that. We also have a goal to publish the second volume of our Walk Worthy Bible study. And it has been written and the marketing has begun, and we're putting the final touches on the edits, and Lord willing, that will be published by the end of this quarter. And so that's the big push for me for these next 2 weeks, is being able to finish that book and get it out there. But that's how we're doing it. I hope that you have made just as much progress as I have. I hope that you have seen just as many things. But then how are you different? How are you on the inside? Up here in the mental space and in the heart space, how are you different? I was thinking about this morning as well, with just so much gratitude for who I am and who I am becoming. Thinking about how much I am grateful to live in the time zone that I live in and to be able to organize my day around a way that best serves my family and my way of doing business Some of you know that we homeschool. This semester started during this quarter, and we've established something called 5 o'clock school at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because it's very warm here in Mexico and it's too hot to be outside during the hottest part of the day. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's also, by the way, most of our business clients and associates are in Eastern and Central time zones. We're in Mountain time zone currently. And so by 5 o'clock, I can't do any business stuff because everybody else has closed and gone home for the day. And so our 5 o'clock school time is really working well, coming together to get those assignments done. And, the ones that need any little extra help from mom or someone else, and then being able to move on with our evening. It's not just looking at these goals that you wrote down, but also evaluating, how am I different? Who have I become? What has God done in my heart and in my life? And expressing the gratitude for those things, making a gratitude list of what it feels like to be you right now, and what you're excited about God continuing to do in you in the next 2 weeks. Of course, like usual, if you are on the email list, we'll be sending you an email with that homework assignment more detailed out for you, and I'm looking forward to your response with that. Hang in here. There's 2 more weeks to go. You are not done transforming. God has more for you. Hang in there. We'll see you next time.